Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and share this video because what's happening right now in South Africa is nothing short of political dynamite. The Democratic Alliance's latest move is not just a routine statement, not just political posturing, it's a direct threat to unseat President Cyril Ramaphosa, and it's being called by many inside and outside political circles a declaration of war. The gloves are off, the battle lines are drawn, and the nation is bracing for a showdown unlike anything we've seen in years. The DA's challenge didn't come as a quiet suggestion or a procedural complaint. It was delivered like a thunderclap, a public and unapologetic warning that Ramaphosa's time in the union buildings could be cut short if he doesn't address what they describe as his catastrophic failures in governance. From the load-shedding crisis that refuses to go away, to the collapsing economy, rampant unemployment, and the never-ending corruption scandals, the DA has painted Ramaphosa as a president who has squandered every opportunity to deliver on his promises. But this latest threat takes the rhetoric into dangerous new territory. It's not just about exposing failures, it's about removing him altogether. Behind closed doors, sources suggest the DA is already exploring parliamentary mechanisms to trigger a motion of no confidence, a move that would set the stage for a bruising political battle. While the ANC still holds the majority in parliament, the DA appears to be betting on growing cracks within the ruling party itself. Disgruntled ANC members, especially those from factions that have been sidelined or feel betrayed by Ramaphosa's leadership, could be the kingmakers in such a vote. The DA's calculation seems simple: if they can turn Ramaphosa into a liability for his own party, they might just peel away enough support to force him out. Ramaphosa's allies are furious, dismissing the DA's threats as reckless grandstanding designed to destabilize the country for political gain. They accuse the opposition of playing with fire, warning that any attempt to unseat the president in the current climate could trigger not just political instability, but economic panic and social unrest. The ANC's public messaging is that Ramaphosa is the steady hand guiding the country through turbulent times, and that his removal would open the door to chaos. But privately, even some within the ANC admit that the DA's aggressive stance could embolden internal rivals who have been waiting for the right moment to move against him. The DA's timing is no accident. Public frustration is boiling over, with load shedding back in full force, service delivery collapsing in many municipalities, and corruption scandals from PPE procurement to state capture hangovers still fresh in the public memory. The DA is framing this moment as one where South Africa needs decisive action, and they are casting themselves as the only party with the courage to confront the president head-on. The language of a call to war is deliberate. It's designed to rally their supporters, unnerve the ANC, and create a sense that the battle for South Africa's future is now, not in some distant election. For ordinary South Africans, the drama playing out in the political arena feels both exhilarating and exhausting. Many are desperate for change, but wary of instability. The memory of how quickly political shifts can spiral out of control is still vivid, and the DA's threat risks igniting factional battles that could spill into the streets. In some townships, the news has sparked heated debates: is unseating Ramaphosa the solution to the country's woes, or would it plunge the nation into even deeper turmoil? That uncertainty is exactly why this move is so high stakes. One wrong step from either side, and the fallout could be national in scale. Internationally, the threat has not gone unnoticed. Investors, already jittery over South Africa's economic stagnation and energy crisis, are watching closely. Political instability is the last thing foreign markets want to see, and a no-confidence vote against a sitting president could send the rand into freefall. Diplomats from key allies are quietly seeking assurances from both the ANC and the DA that any political battle will be fought within the constitutional framework and without undermining the country's already fragile stability. What makes this moment even more volatile is the ANC's own internal politics. Ramaphosa has enemies within his party, some who see him as too soft on corruption, others who see him as too tough, and still others who resent his centralization of power. The DA's public attack gives those factions an opening to pressure him, either to make concessions or to step aside altogether. If the DA can tap into those divisions, they might succeed in creating a political coalition of convenience, strange bedfellows united only by their desire to remove the man at the top. But there's a dangerous irony here. If Ramaphosa were to fall, it's not clear who would replace him or whether the ANC could hold itself together in the aftermath. A leadership vacuum at the top of the ruling party could trigger a full-blown succession war, one that could make the current crisis look mild in comparison. That's why some political analysts are calling the DA's move a gamble, one that might weaken Ramaphosa without necessarily strengthening the country. As the rhetoric escalates, the question becomes whether this call to war is the opening salvo in a sustained campaign, or just a political stunt designed to dominate headlines. If it's the former, South Africa could be heading for a showdown that redefines the political landscape for years to come. If it's the latter, the DA risks overplaying its hand and alienating voters who are tired of political theater without tangible results. For now, Ramaphosa appears determined to project confidence. His recent public appearances have been calm, measured, and focused on the narrative that his administration is tackling the country's problems head-on. But behind that calm facade, there is undoubtedly recognition that this is a serious threat, one that could snowball if not handled with skill and precision. Whether he chooses to respond with conciliation, confrontation, or quiet maneuvering remains to be seen. One thing is certain, the DA has shifted the political battlefield. By framing their threat as a call to war, they've raised the stakes for everyone, the ANC, the opposition, and the South African public. This is no longer just about policy differences or parliamentary debates, it's about raw political survival. And in that kind of fight, anything can happen. Stay with us, because this battle is only beginning, and the next moves from both sides could change the course of South Africa's politics in ways none of us can fully predict.